All right. Hello, hello. Oops, you know what I've done? We're just going to leave it that way for right now. Typically, I do the cameras are switched and then I switch them back. But you know what? We're just going to keep it this way because this sunflower paper is gorgeous. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday. It is August 19th. I am not filming this on Wednesday. I typically do film them on Wednesdays, but I'm getting ahead of the game this week. So, yay, me. So, hopefully, you're having a great week. Thank you so much for being here. If you stumbled upon this video, my name is Jennifer Olea. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in lovely Yuma, Arizona. And by lovely, I mean it's really hot right now. But, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I get to play with some gorgeous fall stuff today. And so let's just think about cooler weather. But Wednesdays here in the Crafty Casita are for Fun Folds. So this video, you've stumbled upon it. It's on YouTube, Fun Folds. Sign up for my email. I send you the recipe card with all the measurements, all the goodies that you will need to create this card. So they're also in the description. But if you get my email, it lets you know like when the video drops, and then you have a printed PDF. So I have lots of ladies that are printing. Something is really like bugging my eyeball, the glare. But you get the PDF, and so you could just print out the measurements, and then you always have that. I don't know if you have like a little book or a little folder or something where you keep um, all your measurements that you need to make the card. I have. Let's see if I can move the right way. There we go. That bookcase over there up top, I have a clear bin and I have all the fun. I don't have all. I have a majority of the fun folds that I've done on Wednesdays. So I have the card and I have the measurements. So at some point, I'm probably going to start taking from them and recreating them, because every time you do a fun fold, you can always make it look different, right? Even if it's kind of the same measurements. So, with that being said, who's ready for some paper crafting fun today? This is how you can find me on all the socials. And let's see, I'm a little crowded today. Usually my desk is a little bit clearer, but for some reason I felt like I needed all of the stuff here. We're going to be using this gorgeous paper. This paper is called Sunflower Fields. It's part of a suite, and there's stamps and dies that we're going to be using. I'll show you here in a minute. But first, let me show you the paper. So all these sunflower prints, just gorgeous, right? And then this guy right here, that's all I have left of this guy. But the back side, just as amazing. Some subtle prints, right? So we are deep in the fall colors. We're using Casia Craze, Daffodil Delight, like that coordinate with this paper. Mossy Meadow, Old Olive. I was going to say olive. Maybe that'll be a new color. A little bit darker Old Olive, right? Okay. But I would say that this color family, or like the Regals, are probably my favorite colors out of the Stampin' Up! Color families. But I like fall colors best, I think. I mean, we all know that I love blue, and I don't know if there's any blue in the Regals. I think those blues moved over to the neutrals. But I love a good, like terracotta clay kind of colors. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to be making today. Look at this gorgeous beauty. So this is called a double flap envelope card. Envelope card. I should finish my words. So these directions actually were given to me by one of my team members, and she said, "Here are these directions. Help me make this card." So this one's for you and Henry and Yolanda. So they got the directions from Patty Dolan. Okay, so I watched Patty Dolan's video, and she made it very, very easy on how to make this card. So hopefully I do it justice, and you guys can follow along also. And so let's get started. But first, of course, there's always a like, but okay. You're gonna take a whole piece of cardstock. Okay. What I was gonna do is show you the dies, the Radiant Sunflower dies, and the Radiant Sunflower stamp set. Okay, that's a bundle. It's part of the suite. And then we're also going to be using the Scallop Bloom dies. Okay, so that's what we're using today. But I'm going to move all this stuff to the side here. I don't know why I put it in the middle. It should probably always go on the side. Silly me. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to be making. Now, doesn't it just look like an envelope? It's pretty. You have these double points right here. And so let's open it. And actually, you could put something right here too. I probably should have done that. Maybe I'll go back and do that. But this is your envelope. I mean, this is your card that is called the double flap envelope card. Okay. And so to do this, there's a couple things. We have to get out our trimmer because we're going to cut. And you're only going to be able to get one card out of your, something shiny on my face. One card out of one piece of cardstock, right? Traditionally, you score it and then you can cut it and you get two cards. This time we're only going to get one card. So let's do our measurements here. We're going to do, what are we going to do here? We have to do the little arm, okay? That's some glare right there. Sorry, guys. So we are going to do 10 3/4. So it is almost 10 3/4. It is almost the full sheet. Okay. So we're going to cut that. And we're going to do 5.5. So it's your traditional size, right? It's going to fit in a regular envelope. We're just going to score it a bunch of times. And by a bunch, I mean 3 times. And I pulled out the trimmer that doesn't have the score blade on it. So let me switch it up. So, all right, here we go. We are going to score at 1 1/4. Okay, make sure you 1 1/4 and you have your score blade. Right, 1 1/4, 5.5, 5.5, and 9.5. So we have to get the arm out. Do 9.5. Okay. And I saw this tip when I was, or I heard, or I saw this tip that when I was watching Patty Dolan do this video, and it kind of like poof, it blew my mind. Okay. So I have some of the pieces already cut, but I wanted to show you guys this. So if you have a square, right? Okay, so we have, let's see, what is this? This is 3 by 3. Okay. If you have a square and you want to cut it diagonally to make 2 triangles, right? Okay, so you're going to cut it. You do corner to corner. And I have always taken my trimmer blade, right, this guy, and tried to not tear it at the bottom because this is a little tiny tip. And so you're just trying to navigate the blade and have it cut without tearing that little tiny tip down there. So the aha moment was when you have it lined up in your rudder right here, start in the middle. I was like, what? Start in the middle. And then you don't have, because like, look, if you try to do it like this, it's, I'm not going to say always because it like jams. You can see how it like, let's see if you guys can see that. It like scrunches it up. So if you're trying to make a triangle, get two triangles out of a square, start cutting it in the middle. I thought that was an amazing tip. I really did. So thank you very much to Patty Dolan for doing that, for sharing that piece of wisdom. Okay, so back to the card. Let's do some burnishing. Okay, so we have score lines here, and we're going to fold these guys, and it doesn't really matter which way yet, because we're going to flip it, probably not the 5.5 one, but we're going to flip these smaller ones just to break down the fibers a lot, and so that it will lay flatter. Okay, so we're pushing really hard. I typically use this edge. I don't really use this guy too much, but I'm just trying to get a flat, try to get the paper to lay flat. Okay. I'll do this right. There we go. Okay. Now, one is bigger than the other. Okay. So it's going to go, there you go. You guys see that? So let's make this a little more. There we go. Okay. So this is our card base. Okay. We now have two pieces that are cut. Yeah, they are cut 3 3/4 by 5.5. Okay, and I think we're gonna use the kind of like the tone on tone sunflower thing here. So this is the front of the card, right? We're gonna do this. We're gonna add this. If I had adhesive, I do. It was just not in the typical place. So we're gonna add this guy like so. There we go. And then I have the same piece of of designer series paper, and it's going to go on this flap right here. So this is the inside, right? So let's go ahead and just add that like so. Get it nice and centered. Okay. Now we have these triangles. Okay. You guys know I was talking about cutting squares into triangles. So I have these triangles, right? They're just the second half of the pieces I used to make this card. And where's my other triangle? There it is. Okay, one is a little bit bigger than the other. Okay, so this guy started out as a large square at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. You cut it in half, right? Point to point. This guy, the cardstock, started out as 3.5 by 3.5, same thing. And the designer series paper, this guy is 3.5 and this guy is 3 1/4. Square, cut in half to make all these triangles. Okay, so let's go ahead and add these to here. Okay, add this guy. Maybe I should have done the bright sunflowery paper, but it's too late now. We're going to go with it. Okay, now these guys are going to get attached to your flaps like this, okay? Just stay with me here. But they're going to get attached so they look like this. Now, how are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? Where did my craft mat? The Silico craft mat. I hardly ever use it, but we're going to use it today. It's typically sitting right here next to my computer while I do all the crafting. I don't use it a whole lot. Double check. I gotta make sure I'm going to add the right one. Okay, now how are we going to add these? We're going to do a little strip of glue right along here. You guys, if you follow me, you know liquid glue and I, kind of messy, but we're going to go with it. I have this green glue. I do, it's kind of already coming out, which makes me very scared. I get a piece of scrap paper. Why is it already coming out? I just don't want too much. Okay, here we go. Just a little line, okay? Just a little line, because this is going pretty close to the edge. Okay, so I want it centered, right? I want the points centered. I feel like that's good enough for government work right there. Some little glue coming out. I'm just going to wipe it down. Okay, I think that's good. Now, make sure that you wipe off any that's coming out over here, because we're going to move this craft mat and do the same thing on the other flap. Now, the craft mat, also great because you can see through it. And so we're going to be able to line these guys up so that you have this double edge, right? So let's add our glue. Could not be crazy. Those of you guys that love the liquid glue, this project's for you. Unless you like to be really messy with the liquid glue, like me. Then it's a true test of patience. Which is kind of weird because when I color, I like to color in the lines, but glue, so scary. Okay, now we're going to add this just like we did the other one. And very close to the edge. Liquid glue is great because you could move it a little bit. And so I could see, I don't think you guys could see it, but I could see the triangle that's underneath it. So I know it's pretty good lined up. I'm going to wipe this like so. Don't worry about that. We're going to cover it up-ish. It also dries clear, which is great. Okay, I think we're done with the craft mat. Now I do have glue all over my fingers, so hold on one second. I have to rub it off. Okay, so there is our double flap. Okay, now you also need 4 strips of designer series paper that are 1 inch by 5 1/4. So the way that I made this card is that I butt them up. So it kind of, a lot of the seam is going to be hidden by a big giant scallop, right? So I'm just going to, because you're just trying to cover up the seam of that triangle, right? So let's go ahead and do that like so. Now, if you have paper that has a direction, right? Like if you have, say, like the sunflowers, you're definitely going to want to match those up, right? Or if you have lines, but these dots, I kind of took the easy way here. These dots, it doesn't matter. And is it the easy way or is it the smart way? That's my question to you. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here, but this guy up. Should have used liquid glue so you have a little bit more give. Okay, so there's that. And then you have 4 other strips. So you could either do the same, which I think I'm going to do. like not like that, like this, because then you open it up and it's like this, right? Like that. No, think about it. Decisions, right? And I just told my friend the other day, I don't think I talk to myself too much, but obviously I do because I'm talking to myself right now. Like I'm talking to you guys, but I know this is recorded, so you can't answer me back. You can answer me in the comments, though. Do you talk to yourself when you craft? Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Now we are going to decorate. It's trash. The front of the card. So this is two-tone golden hue, golden glow paper that I just cut out the scalloped blooms with, and it's the fourth biggest one. So, because I wanted it as big as possible to cover this up. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. It's not sticking to where it's supposed to be, but there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, I have 8 colors. I have Acacia Craze and Old Olive. And we're going to take Acacia Craze and we're going to stamp Hello Friend. So all these stamps are from the Radiant Sunflowers bundle. And we're just going to stamp it kind of as high as you can. Okay, so we have this, because that's going to go like so. Now I have Very Vanilla. Okay, Very Vanilla. I'm going to stamp up the sunflower and Acacia Craze. And we're going to stamp it. And then I think I'm going to color it first, and then I will run it through the machine and die cut it. So I have just a neutral here. This is the stamp, it's SU 600, right? We have those 10 I don't know what they're called. They're not the neutral color family, but they're all like browns, different grades of brown. So for the inside, I'm using this, right? The big, I don't know, what do you call this? Sunflower pod? Not 100% sure. Okay. So color that. And then I took the Golden Glow shimmer brush. And this is really the first time I've used these. I've played with them a little bit at each attempt. I wasn't really thrilled with the outcome that I used it for. To just like, but this time I'm loving it. So you have these little push right here. You don't want to push too hard. Like I already have some on the brush, so I'm just going to go with it. So it's a little sparkly, right? Shimmer, it's obviously a little sparkly. We're just going to color. I'm thinking right now I have a project I'm going to be doing with my team on Wednesday. I might have to get out the Peaceful Pine and add a little shimmer to the project. Because our theme for our swap at our team meeting is just the color green. You could do anything with greens, right? And right now Step It Up's got a lot of green, so it's going to be interesting to see if we all pick the same green or if we all have different greens. But these shimmer pins come in the 5 in colors, so Peaceful Pine is one of those in colors. And then I'm just going to go over the top of that sunflower pod just to get a little sparkly there too. Okay, and I'm going to store it up always, like, because it comes with this little plastic ring, and once you take that out, if it's stored upside down, it will leak. So definitely don't want it to be stored upside down. Okay, I am going to get the die. And I'm going to cut out a leaf or a stem, a flower stem. I just have some scrap green, old olive, I believe, that has some adhesive on it already. So I'm just going to put this guy right here, hopefully get a lot of adhesive on there. So let's pull this in like so. And then this sunflower and the dye, it's pretty easy to match up the petals. Sometimes our flower dyes are not easy, but this guy is. There's a definite like little nook that you know where the dye goes on the stamped image. So thank you, Stamp It Up, for doing that. I appreciate it. Sometimes you stamp a flower and you have the dye and you just spin it and spin it around trying to get that stamped image to meet the die. And this guy is just really easy. Like here's your V and there's your V. So yeah, thank you, Step It Up, for doing that. All right, let's put this away. And we will put this guy away. It just popped out like that. Oh, fun. Okay, and I don't think I'm going to save that. So let's finish building this guy. Oh, so cute. Okay, let's add some dimensionals to this, like so. And I think I'm going to put this guy on here first so that I know where the flower goes. All right. But I also want it to kind of fit the stem. So it's going to go like this. And then I can peel off this adhesive. And that adhesive just makes it kind of like a sticker. Not kind of like, it is a sticker. And we're going to go like that. Okay. So this is the inside of the card. And I already put the strip on there. Because you guys want to know why I put the strip on there already? Because I didn't want to forget like what the strip was for. I don't know why I thought I would forget, but anyway, sometimes I crack myself up. Okay, so hello friend is on the outside, and then we're going to stamp thinking of you on the inside. Hincasia Craze. Just kind of tap, tap. There's this. And then I have Old Olive ink, and I have this adorable little leaf that I'm just going to do in the corners up here, like so. Like that. Okay, oops. All right, we're going to attach this to the inside, and then this card is done. Hopefully, oh good, I thought that was ink. It was a little, I don't know what it was actually. That was from a die cut, I think. My hands are very dirty today. Okay, we're going to put this guy on the inside. Like so. Okay, oops, there we go. And this is our card. I wonder if I should do, there's a big sunflower, like bunch of sunflower, like a bushel stamp set. I'm just thinking, I wonder if it'll fit. It would totally fit right there. I think maybe I should do that. I think I should, but I need a big block. And Then I think I'm just going to stamp it in the Cajun Craze. We'll cut it out because there's a die for it. And I don't think I'm going to color it or anything. I think I'm just going to leave it alone. But let's see. We'll see. What's the worst thing that can happen, right? I don't like it, and then we do something else. All right. Let's get that guy out. Like so. We'll cut it out. All right, let's see. Just when you think you're done with a card, I changed my mind. Oh yeah, let's go in there. Put the die away. All right. Okay, there we go. So now our card is finished. All right, that is our card. I love this fun fold. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoy this fun fold. Let me know if you decide to make it. I on my Facebook page, if I remember, I have a comment or like a picture of the fun fold. It's a link to the YouTube video. And if you create this card, I would love to see your final product. Just put it in the comments in there. I love it when we get to share our creations with each other. It makes me happy. So that is our fun fold for today, which is August 19th, 2026. Thank you so much for being here. I'm pretty sure I'll be back next week. I am back to the school schedule, so trying to get ahead on things because I have less time because I have another little job. So anyway, hopefully you guys are having a great day. You've had some time to have some paper crafting fun, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.